Hey folks, Jer here at The View with your news, back with some actual news today. Yesterday was a match review, so we'll crack on with today's news and I won't keep you too long. Starting off with some internal stuff, and Sonny Perkins has had a pretty good start to his season and has been hailed by Michael Scubala yesterday, talking about the player's mentality and his mentality on international duty. Scubala has said that the player has shown incredible growth and is a good young professional who he believes is doing all of the extra work just for himself in order to progress and improve himself, which you can't say he's not. He's had a fantastic start to the season, just continues to keep scoring goals on a regular basis, even on international duty with England. Perkins has also been voted as the Leeds Under-21 Player of the Month for September, starting 2 games and scoring twice as well. Just an incredible start to the season, and with the suspension of Sinisterra for the Leeds first team, you wonder, is there a spot on the bench for him now? He's competing with Gelhardt, we're competing with Nonto, competing with Bamford. There's a lot of players in that little bunch there as well, and Mykhaylo Joseph as well, so let's not forget about him. But yeah, great start for Sonny Perkins, and great to see him getting the plaudits that he deserves so far, and hopefully he just keeps pushing on. We'll get more to them in a second. In terms of incoming for Leeds, and it's going to start again, and we are starting again. So Leeds have been linked with Shakhtar Donetsk winger Mykhaylo Mudryk. Easy for you to say. This comes from a 90 Minutes report. He is a 21-year-old winger/attacker from Shakhtar Donetsk, has played significant amount of games with them over the last 2 seasons. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists so far this season. Is a Ukrainian international who's been capped 8 times by Ukraine. He has scored 19 goals in 32 games all up for Shakhtar, which is an impressive feat. But guess what? Linked with a whole host of clubs, and these are clubs that have been said to have been actively spotted viewing the player. So their scouts have been seen: Brentford, Brighton, Everton, Newcastle, West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, along with a number of unnamed clubs. So we're back in that bracket again with the same clubs we're usually linked with in that mid-table bracket. Good looking player, another good winger to bring in. And I said yesterday about Crescencio Somerville. If he hits the ground in the next couple of weeks and gets in and gets his game and starts showing what he's done with under-21s and last season's under-23s, if he can do that with the first team, then there's no need for another winger. But if he can't, then there is. So it's worth keeping an eye out, and it just gives us another option as well. But I think at the moment we're kind of, with everyone being fit, we're overburdened with attackers, unless Jack Harrison's leaving. Just saying. I don't know for a fact, but I don't know. There's no update on his contract yet, so that's going to be interesting. Moving to players who have left Leeds, and Bobby Kamwa, who was released by the club at the end of last season and was an ever-present in the under-23 sides for a couple of years, has signed a short-term deal with Burton. Albion, the 22-year-old, has penned the deal until January. The Burton boss said he sees incredible potential in Kamwa and is very excited to have him on board. He said the deal is a short-term deal until January, but he hopes to keep the player longer once January comes and lock that one down. So fingers crossed for Bobby Kamwa. Always showed a great attitude with under-21s or under-23s last year, so well done to him. Moving on to some stuff we talked briefly about yesterday, and Jesse Marsch has been talking about being up in the press box and said that he communicated through Mark Jackson through an earpiece, but he has vowed to change his regrettable behavior, and I would have to agree with this. Marsch said that he was in regular communication with the bench through an earpiece that Jacko was wearing, and that I said he tried not to be in his ear every 30 seconds, but it was difficult. But he said that he felt that the communication was excellent and the changes they made were good. The players that came on all did the job they were asked to do. You know, hard to argue with it with the draw at the end. It's hard to argue with that. But he said that he would prefer in the future if he didn't put people in that regrettable position again, and will try to do better with his behaviour. I think this is something we talked about a bit. He needs to get better at it because it's leaking onto the pitch. You can see the little cynical and niggly little things we talked again yesterday about giving away unnecessary and needless free kicks, and I think it's pretty obvious that needle from the sideline is starting to leak onto the pitch, and it's just I want an aggressive Leeds, I want a hard Leeds, I just don't want the silly niggly Leeds to give away silly free kicks and put ourselves under pressure. But Marsch is saying that he will improve on his behaviour. He has to. He has to. Black and white, really. It's so obvious he has to make an improvement in that area. So we'll see how he goes. And some information on is it Papa John's or Checker Trade Trophy now? Is it both? I don't know. I keep seeing both names, and I don't know. Leeds play Tranmere tonight, under 21s, and some different stuff in this. This is not a standard under 21 game. So if people are expecting to see a very strong Leeds United team filled with first team players, you won't. Leeds are only permitted to play 2 players over the age of 21 in their side for this. What you will see is Joe Gallagher dropping down to play. We have been told already that Joe Gallagher will be part of the under-21s team for tonight's game. If you want to watch the game tonight, yeah, you might have to find a link online somewhere because the game isn't being televised. Sky Sports News have the rights to show goals as they come in for the tournament. And then highlights of the match will be shown on Leeds' YouTube channel 24 hours after the game. You may get a link there if there is a camera recording it and there is an internal live feed from Leeds that they are recording for YouTube. You might get a link online somewhere. But currently there is no destination for the Papa John's / Checkatrade trophy for the game tonight against Tranmere. But nice to see the under-21s in action again. If you haven't watched Academy Dreams, it's a great show. Great show. It's great to see the insight into what their young lads are like at the club, and I think there's some very mature heads there. Sean McGurk really stood out to me. I thought he was excellent. I really want to see Sean McGurk make it now. I thought he was fantastic. So that's the story. That's the news today. Short and back to normal. I will see you tomorrow for the news. Thanks. Bye-bye.